Yesterday, we explored Cebu Island on a sea excursion, one of those famous island hopping trips that take you to see whale sharks. If you missed that experience, we invite you to watch the previous video. Today, it's a change of scenery and pace. We leave the blue horizon behind us to dive into the palpable excitement of Cebu City, a metropolis undergoing rapid transformation. The symbol of this modernity? The Cebu-Cordoba Link Expressway. More than just a bridge, this 8-kilometer-long structure, inaugurated in 2022, reflects the city's ambition, a futuristic link, the longest in the country, connecting Cebu to the municipality of Cordova on Mactan Island. Our visit will be short. Around 6 p.m., we will board a ferry to a new island. It's this tight schedule that will give this day of exploration its intensity, because Cebu deserves our attention. Behind the skyscrapers lies a unique cultural and religious heritage. It will be a journey back in time. We will climb up to the Taoist Temple, stroll through the bustling streets of the old town, visit the majestic cathedral, the Basilica del Santo Niño, and the famous Magellan's cross, symbol of the arrival of the Spanish in the Philippines. We will also visit the National Museum, then head to Fort San Pedro, the oldest fortress in the country. Let's set off for a final day on this island, intense and full of contrasts, in the heart of Cebu. We take a Grab, the equivalent of Uber, and head to one of the most upscale neighborhoods in Cebu City. Access is controlled by security guard at the gate at the bottom of the hill. Our day begins with the climb to the heights of Beverly Hills. This is where one of the city's most iconic spiritual sites stands, the Taoist Temple. Built in 1972 by the Chinese community of Cebu, it stands in the heart of a calm and secure environment, far from the noise of the city center. Its colorful architecture, with its dragons, pagodas, and Great Wall-inspired gate, immediately transports us to another world. The tour begins with an ascent of 81 steps, symbolizing the chapters of the Taoist Holy Book. At the entrance, guardian lions and stone dragons embody protection and good fortune. Admission is free, but certain rules apply. Silence is required, appropriate attire must be worn, and photography is prohibited inside the prayer halls. Inside, the main temple reveals richly decorated frescoes and sculptures. Surrounded by flower gardens, a pond, and a wishing well. The place invites contemplation. Between the smell of incense, the protective statues, and the calm of the surroundings, the atmosphere contrasts with the city below. From the terraces, the panorama stretches over Cebu City, Mactan Island, and on a clear day, you can see the silhouette of Bohol on the horizon. A moment of serenity, perfect for beginning our exploration. We take a Grab to head back down to the city center. While waiting for the car, we chat with a particularly friendly police officer who asks us where we are from. a basketball fan. He strikes up the conversation with a big smile and talks enthusiastically about Luka Doncic, the Slovenian player he admires. The conversation quickly turns to jokes. It's a simple, warm moment. Back in town, we find ourselves back in the hustle and bustle of Cebu streets. Between honking horns, lively markets, and modern buildings, the city reveals another side of itself. This is where our exploration in the historic heart of Cebu begins. Our immersion continues with the leap back several centuries to Fort San Pedro. It's here, facing the sea, that we can touch the colonial origins of the city. Built in 1565 by the Spanish under the command of Miguel López de Legazpi, it's the oldest fortress in the Philippines. Its massive walls, made of coral and stone, are much more than a simple testimony to this era. They tell the story of centuries of defense against pirates and local revolts. Over time, the fort has had several lives. It has been a Spanish military post, an American barracks, a refugee camp during the World War II, and then a park and museum after its restoration. The tour begins at the monumental entrance, topped by the Spanish coat of arms. Inside, there is a small center courtyard surrounded by triangular ramparts punctuated with bastions. A staircase leads up to the walls, where you can enjoy unobstructed views of the port and the seafront. The old casemates now house a small museum displaying colonial artifacts, ancient documents and paintings retracing the history of the city and the fort. The place is peaceful and shaded, inviting visitors to stroll rather than explore at length. As we walk along the ramparts, we even witness a photo shoot in period costumes organized by a local group. In this setting, their traditional outfits and knowing smiles seem to bring a scene from another time back to life. Some even wink at us, as if inviting us to share in this journey into the past. In about 30 minutes, the tour takes us back several centuries and gives us a better understanding of Cebu's role as the first colonial capital of the Philippines. After this visit of San Pedro, history takes us elsewhere. To complete our overview of Cebu's cultural origins, we visit a must-see location, the National Museum of the Philippines. Housed in the former Aduana building, or customs house, it opened its door in 2023 in a remarkable, recently restored heritage structure. It houses several galleries spread over 2 floors. On the ground floor, archaeological and colonial collections trace the early settlements, the Spanish period, and maritime trade. Upstairs, temporary exhibitions highlight contemporary creativity and recent archaeological discoveries. The atmosphere is peaceful and well organized, ideal for taking the time to understand the history and culture of the Visayas, a vast archipelago in the central Philippines, of which Cebu is one of the main islands. The entire visit can take between 1 and 2 hours, depending on how much time you spend in the different galleries. It's a peaceful and enriching stop that adds a real historical and artistic dimension to the discovery of Cebu. The peaceful and hushed atmosphere of the museum gives way to the vibrant warmth of the city center. Just a few steps away, we reach a vast esplanade dominated by Cebu City Hall. It's here that we get a real feel for the historic and civic heart of the city. The atmosphere is immediately lively and joyful. A group of dancers is rehearsing their choreography, adding a vibrant and spontaneous touch to the solemn setting. These knowing smiles, this moment of raw life, embody all the energy of Cebu. Right next door stands the famous octagonal pavilion that houses Magellan's cross. Erected here in 1521 by Portuguese explorer Ferdinand Magellan, who was serving the Spanish crown, it marks the official beginning of the introduction of Christianity to the Philippines, a founding event in the country's history. Even today, this cross remains a major religious and historical symbol. The faithful and visitors come here to meditate, pray, or simply have their picture taken in front of this iconic site. Just behind Magellan's cross stands the minor Basilica of Santo Niño, the oldest Catholic church in the Philippines. Founded in 1565, it was built on the exact spot where a statue of the child Jesus, given by Magellan to Queen Aduana in 1521, was found. Miraculously preserved from a fire, this statue has become one of the major symbols of the Christian faith in the Philippines. Before entering, one important detail. Proper attire is required to enter this holy place. Shoulders and legs must be covered. Fortunately, we had planned ahead and quickly put on our pants before joining the crowd on the esplanade. The atmosphere was already lively and fervent. Crowds of worshippers continued to gather to pray, make offerings, or light candles. In the courtyard, the Chapel of Candles is certainly one of the most striking places. Thousands of candles burn there continuously. Each one, often in a specific color, carries an intention, whether a prayer, a wish, or a word of thanks, following a ritual deeply rooted in Filipino popular tradition. Together, they form a sea of flickering light, both intimate and impressive. Inside, the nave reveals a ceiling decorated with frescoes and a richly decorated altar. But the true spiritual heart lies in a side chapel, where the statue of the Santo Niño rests, carefully protected behind glass. The original statue is visible to the public, but taking photos or videos is prohibited to preserve its sacred nature and ensure its security. The faithful sometimes wait for hours before they can admire it and offer their prayers. Around the Basilica, a small museum traces the history of worship and the arrival of Christianity in the Philippines. Every year, the courtyard also hosts the Sinulog Festival, one of the country's most important religious and cultural events. This place is not just a monument, it's a center of living faith, witness to 5 centuries of spiritual, religious, and popular history. Leaving the Basilica, we continue our walk through the historic center. A few steps away stands the Metropolitan Cathedral of Cebu, seat of the Archdiocese. Its sober and elegant architecture contrasts sharply with the religious fervor of the neighboring Basilica. Our day in Cebu is coming to an end. Between modernity and colonial heritage, we discovered a multifaceted city, from historic fortresses to cultural museums and religious monuments, each telling a part of its history. Of course, Cebu can't be summed up by what we saw in a single day. The city and its surroundings are full of other places to explore. That would be worth an extra day, such as Lia Temple, which resembles a Roman palace, the flower garden of Sirao, nicknamed the Little Amsterdam of Cebu, or the hills of Busey, where you can enjoy a unique panorama at sunset. But for us, it's already time to leave. It's almost 5 p.m. and we have to get back to our hotel before heading to the port to catch a ferry to Bohol, more specifically to the Panglao Peninsula in the Visayas. A new setting awaits us, with its heavenly beaches, seabed, and stunning natural landscapes. Our adventure continues in the next episode. See you soon for new discoveries